So that is Walter White's house in Breaking Bad.
We're just hitting all the sites pretty quickly.
We're trying to get out real quick.
The Breaking Bad family? Everything else in here is my bad decisions.
So you bought this with your own money?
Yes, unfortunately.
You know it's a G60, right?
Yeah, I love G60s.
Explain to the people where we are right now.
So that is Walter White's house in Breaking Bad.
We're just hitting all the sites pretty quickly. We're sort of on the thrash to get back home. We're moving through Albuquerque. We're gonna catch up with our friend Dan Brock here. But we came here first, and I wanted to actually get out and look, and then I felt bad because like they have like signs and like do not like cross. Imagine living in a house where like you get that much traffic that like you have to build that. So we're just gonna drive by real quick, but we don't want to disturb these people.
And people used to throw pizzas up on this roof because that was something that happened in the show.
You're there over it.
Yeah.
That being said, if you belong to a Pontiac Aztec club, can you please throw a meat there? Just saying. All right, let's go get some food. What's up, buddy?
Who are you?
Hey.
What are you doing in my state?
I don't know. We're trying to get out. We're trying to get out real quick.
The Breaking Bad family?
Yo, dude, we just drove by. I've never seen it. I feel so bad for them. They were sitting outside on lawn chairs, just mean mugging people, and they had like do not cross lines around it.
You don't know how many people have thrown pizza on that roof.
What? Breaking Bad fans are doing bad, recreating one of Walter White's scenes at his home in the Heights.
Good, Hug life. So, people at home, like, if you guys don't know Officer Dan, cut to that right now. And then you're like doing a new show now, right?
Yeah, it's called Runs Good. It's on Motor Trend, and we're in our second season. It actually premieres on Friday.
Don't worry, this comes out much later, so it already premiered. So
yeah. So it already came out. Oh yeah.
A Whiskey Garage.
No Coast
Drift Party.
Still driving, still drifting.
Yeah, still driving. Still been running events out here for 13 years. This would be the 13th No Coast Drift Party. Just doing it. Bought a racetrack. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
I read that on
Thanks.
Facebook. Yeah.
I was on
Good
the
work.
internet,
Nice work on bad decisions.
Yeah, horrible decisions.
Dumb.
Is there anything cool to see in the shop? Yeah. Give us a quick 2-cent tour. Yeah. You did a good job making a Corvette look cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Kansai made me some wheels.
Yo, how long have you had this for?
We built this for an episode of Runs Good.
No way.
I had all the parts already, and we didn't have a car, and here we are.
Sorry, we don't subscribe to our channel.
I don't either.
Is the Corrado your bad decision?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, dude. I didn't know you were a Corrado guy.
That was what got me into cars.
Me too.
No way.
Think the same thing.
Like VW Vortex before the server change.
Same.
We don't know what that is.
Dude, I have
Coming in.
I have my old screen name, like low member numbers.
I first was on the VR6 drivers email chain before, and then it became Vortex.
What the hell is even that?
Man, I just was constantly in the Corrado forums because they break
that's-
all the time, and you have to get parts all the time. Hey,
and you have
none
a-
of that has changed.
You have a G60, so you really hate life.
Yes.
You know they make better motors than this, right?
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
way better motors. Supercharged nitrous Z.
You have a lot of cars that speak to me because you obviously also have an 86 Coupe, which I have one now too.
Yes. This is one of the TV show.
Oh, the show cars. Yeah, you should definitely keep that.
Still got the 4AC in it, but we did a rear end. We did all suspension,
Nice.
coilovers, actual watts. We cleaned up the interior, put the actual period correct Recaros in. They even have the adjustable.
The slide out for the legs.
Yeah.
It's nice. And real watts. Nice.
Yeah. Actual
Super
real
cool.
JDM kit. We took it up a canyon road, obviously, and then I did that almost immediately.
So I have one.
I saw that.
You were putting in it?
No.
24 valve VR6. Literally just crossing like the two worlds.
Yeah.
I haven't made it to a TKX through like multiple different things to make it work. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it NA because it'll make 300
And
NA,
I
which
think
is more than
that-
enough power.
Everybody's like, Jay-Z is the best sounding motor ever. They've never heard.
Dude, I'm learning so much more I like about you. I've known this man for a decade, and we're just like right now.
We're
it's
always like
this.
we always
I
like
didn't
brush
realize
against
this.
each other, and then we go our separate
Yeah.
ways. We never actually get.
We were always meant to be together.
What's in this?
This is an LS with ITBs. This
is
one.
the old TW M kit.
don't know, but it sounds really cool and it revs super fast.
I respect this because I was gonna put an LS in Ashley's 944, and the only way I would have done it is with ITBs because it just sounds right.
So
but she didn't want to do it because it didn't clear the hood. So
no, it definitely doesn't, because I had to cut that, which was an art project all to itself.
But
But
I like the way you did it though.
it's not the worst.
But it'll get the job done.
So this car's from that.
Yeah, this
that's
car's
from
that's from
Is this
that.
from there too?
No, this is mine.
Oh, so you bought this with your own money?
Yes, unfortunately.
You know it's a G60, right?
Yeah, I love G60s. I had more fun in the G60 than I did in the VR. I like the way the VR sounds
Were
better.
you
but
the
these are
guy?
more
Were you
fun
the
to
guy
drive.
who would be like in the threads arguing that G60s were actually better cars?
No.
Because the SLC was a really good car.
No, the SLCs were great.
We were. Do you know MF Auto?
Yeah.
We were just there for the liquidation sale. They let us in 3 days early, so
Oh my
half of
God.
the back of my van is filled with parts. And then he like tried to sell me a bunch of Corrado interiors. I'm like, I don't even own a Corrado. He's like, yeah, but I got the super rare
it's-
blue one.
It's so funny how many people are like closet Volkswagen people.
I have this whole theory that most of the actual automotive industry are old Volkswagen.
because these were the first cars that actually had like style.
They're either Honda guys or whatever, but you know, for me, I didn't have a Volkswagen forever.
Same.
I had the Porsche, the Audi,
Since
the Nova, stuff like that.
05.
And then I bought a Swallowtail during the pandemic, like a 75 Rabbit, and now it's my daily driver. I drive a 50
best.
horsepower 75 Rabbit every day, and now I own 5 of them, and I have a bunch of other ones.
Got a flock of rabbits.
I also have a Bleep this. I bought a
Secrets.
Give us a quick rundown of what people who don't know what GK Tech is. What is GK Tech?
GK Tech is Australian-based parts company that makes primarily Nissan parts, but now has kind of forayed into Toyotas and one BMW for some reason. Only because the arms like matched over from something else we did, so it just happened to fit. But we make replacement parts, angle kits, brake lines, all sorts of other stuff. Mirrors. We have 938 SKUs.
And you do all the stuff for them in the U.S.?
Yeah, so we are the U.S. distribution center. We do maybe 350 to 450 orders a day. It's crazy.
Which I have your mirrors on my 14 by the way.
Yeah.
And they got Heinz.
Well, we have to. Because that's,
You got it. Tell me about some of the precision stunt driving and feature stuff.
Well,
and
you guys
TVs
went to
you've
go
done.
see the Breaking Bad house.
Yeah.
I wasn't into stunts then, but I did a ton of stuff on Better Call Saul. So
Oh,
I don't know
really?
if you watched Saul,
Oh yeah.
but I did from season 1 all the way until it ended. I was always Hamlin's double. I drove for Hamlin. I did a lot of driving for Saul. I got shot in the head by Mike like 4 or 5 times. Got into fist fights with Mike a bunch of times. Yeah, it's pretty random.
Pretty cool.
And more overflow for GK Tech. So this one's a Spirit Ray.
What?
Gonna be Spirit Ray two-tone. Got a nice brown interior with an uncracked dash. So this thing should be pretty cool when it's finished.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I've never seen a two-tone Spirit Ray, so I was like, you know what? I got one. I'm gonna do it.
Does Spirit Ray make is it the full kit, like fenders and everything
Yes,
too?
the
Yeah.
rears and it's
These are
molded.
some.
Looks really nice.
Molded rears, the bumpers, side skirts. I couldn't find like that under splitter kit that they had, but
Yeah.
eventually I'll probably get that. I'm excited. I've never had a street 240 ever. In all the time I've been doing this, all of my 240s have had no interior, cages, different motors. I've never had an SR 240. I had one for like 2 weeks and then I sold it to.
By the time you'll be done, they'll be $100,000 cars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we got Old Faithful's getting some new parts. Well, once I took the RB out of it, I loved it. This hasn't had an issue for 6 years.
Yeah, because it's an LS.
I thought I blew a head gasket, and I did. We took it apart. We're like, yeah, put it back together. Sent it. Race car. So I haven't. The last time I installed suspension stuff on this was in 2016. So it's getting some upgrades. Everything. Full catalog.
Nice.
I've never had the offset strut. I'm on prototype GK Tech stuff most of the time, so it's nice to get some new stuff every once in a while. And then this is the GTR that I had for 2,000 kilometers before the motor blew up. Because it's an RP.
Oh man.
So this one really put the hurt on me. Because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the car that has the motor that belongs in the car,
That's good.
and it has low kilometers, and I'm just gonna enjoy driving it with air conditioning and a heater.
How were those first 2,500 miles?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're the
Good.
coolest car. They
You'll
live
always
up
have
to
that.
every little bit of the hype until they don't. And then you're like, wow, a used one on eBay is $16,000, huh? Okay, that's what we're going to be doing.
They do make an LS kit for these.
I know. There's so many guys here.
Gary
who have
just
LS
stuffed
ones.
an LS into this.
But it's actually out getting rebuilt now, and I'm not going stupid with it, but I went a little stupid with it. But it should be hopefully lasting more than 2,000 kilometers.
Well, that's a great place to end. Let's go eat.
Yeah, that makes everybody so sad.
All right, folks, listen up. Uncle Zach's got a little tidbit of advice for you that's going to come in handy.
Listen.
Here's the deal. You spend a lot of time and money building your car, or you spend a lot of time in your car. You can't touch this! Oh! You think about it going fast, but sometimes you forget about actually stopping it. So, here's the best way to do it. These SD pads are great for a number of reasons. One, it's a very inexpensive upgrade. You have way better braking power without having to buy a huge, big brake kit. They're gonna have far superior fade resistance to towing, so when you're pulling like a big toy hauler and you got a lot of load in there, and actually stop safely, you're not gonna overcook the brakes and then lose it on a downgrade. I'm looking at all y'all in the South with those American Force wheels that are 15 inches wide and 28 inches tall. You got a big load, stop that hog. If you wanna learn more, you can go to hawkperformance.com or click the link in the description below.
It's really worked out that way. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get a sticker for everywhere we go, but it's kind of
Who got the Shamrock one?
in Shamrock, Texas, which is where
I love the Buc-ee's one. Dude, I wore a Buc-ee's shirt in Ireland, and the Buc-ee's shirt got all sorts of love.
it probably means something really fucking perverse there.
Oh, probably. Look at how precise he is.
Nuances, bro. You gotta stick with them.
Yeah, thanks,
See you
man. I
again,
appreciate
bud.
you guys.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, this was fun.
See you, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Come to Cali. Have a good time. Well, man, that was Arizona. We're here. Arizona. Sorry, we missed your sign, guys. Flagstaff. 149 miles. All right, we are on day 6 of what was supposed to be a very ambitious 4-day trip back to California. And we are in lovely Flagstaff. And you can tell that by the jacket I'm wearing, because it's 7,200 feet or whatever it is up here. It's nice and cool. Like, we rolled in last night with 80-degree intake air temps. That thing was under 200 degrees, both on oil and coolant, with like EGTs below 900. That might not sound exciting to you. It's one of the most exciting things and satisfying things that's happened to us all trip. So anyway, today's the last day. We still got a bit to go. We got about like 8 hours of driving. We're gonna kind of try to get off the main road, explore a little bit. We're now close enough that, AAA can tow us home, so we'll have a little fun. On a bike.
Should give him a high five.
It's crazy. We're only like a mile from the 40, but like life changes so quickly. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, folks?
Good.
Doing good.
You having a good ride?
Oh, yeah.
How far are you riding?
Well, I started in Detroit and I rode to Portland, and then I started back from LA on Route 66.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. So you started in Detroit.
Yeah.
You went across the top down to Portland and then came down, and now you're going back out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Very cool. We're
That's
just driving,
awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got like.
Yeah, some of these hills get a little bit rough in the sun.
I believe it.
Are you headed to, where are you trying to get to today? You going up? Would you make it to Flagstaff, or is that too far?
No, that's too far.
Yeah.
It's like tomorrow.
How long did it take you to do the Detroit to Portland ride?
Well, I started in May and I got there middle of July.
Okay. Did you try to get early starts or do later or anything at all with the heat or?
Yeah, when it was really hot out, I started like at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tried to get to where I was going before 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Really beat down on you.
Yeah, for sure. Do you like going west better than going east or?
Going east, you have a better tailwind.
Yeah, true, yeah. Which is that some tough days in the saddle then, just going straight into a headwind all day or like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy to think. dude's been on the road since May. What an interesting, man, that's like ultimate road tripping.
Yeah.
I'm into that. Anyway, so we finally separated ourselves from the interstates, and we are on the most amazing road in the world. Well, at least the most amazing straight road in the world, which is Route 66. Again, we're back on Route 66, but now on the Arizona side. And we're actually going to the other town that was the inspiration for the Cars movie, which is, what's it?
Seligman?
Seligman, yeah.
Seligman,
So,
yeah.
Look at that.
Seligman, I don't know. Someone correct me. I've actually never been there before, so this will be kind of cool to check it out. Instead of just getting off the 40, which you can do, we're going to try to roll 66 into there and then ride 66 as long as we can today before we have to make the rush back to LA. We do have fires and a bunch of other really normal California things in front of us, so we really have no idea what the rest of the trip's going to be like today. But yeah, stop and do some cool stuff. All right, so I'm gonna keep butchering the name of this town. This is why this town never prospered, because no one knew how to pronounce it.
Why don't you just leave a gap and let the editors do one of those electronic voices of Seligman?
So here we are in
Seligman.
and this seems to be one of, I've been to a lot of Route 66, and oddly, I have not been to this town, which I think this town inspired a lot of cars, but this is actually still like a very active Route 66. Like there's a lot of people here. We'll take a little gander of this town. It's amazing because I live, 7 hours from here, so it's not that far. But oddly, this is just a part of Route 66 I haven't driven, so yeah, let's see what's here.
You get some fines?
Yeah, I got
What do we
myself Arizona Route 66 match the pants hat.
Oof.
Actually kind of clashes, but it's kind of good. Need to deep. I don't mind a little bend, but it's a lot. Let's try this out real quick. It's good look.
Okay.
And then we got a magnetic thermometer put on the outside of the van. And then I got 3 of these. Triples are best.
No, triples is best. Yeah.
Welcome back to the hindsight list. These are the things I should have purchased on eBay Motors before embarking on the trip, but I didn't. So today, the thing I thought about, and I knew this was a problem, but it was a small problem, but it now bothers me every time I take a photo of the church van, and that is the logo on the front, the emblem, because at some point someone put an FMF sticker. I never rode motocross, doesn't really mean much to me, but it's something between the texture of that sticker and the stickiness of the emblem means that it has been impossible to remove it. I've used all different types of chemicals, products, things that are illegal to use in the state of California, and the sticker will not come off that badge. Instead, I could have just bought a new emblem and stuck that on. Let's see what we can find on eBay Motors. Boom, Ford, Econoline, 2004 grill emblem. There it is. Perfect, new. Doesn't have that really crummy sticker on it. Ordered. Could have bought that, and then all of these photos wouldn't have bothered me because I'd have a nice Ford logo. A really weird observation from just walking around town. Americans don't actually celebrate Route 66 because I've yet to hear anyone speak English. Everybody here is speaking either French or German. I just heard what I think was Dutch. Like, that's what's keeping us alive. Is that your observation?
Dude, my observation on that actually is that one of the greatest things that we have is the highway system and places like Route 66. And then I think the reason why you see so many international people here appreciating it is that there's nothing else like this in the rest of the world.
That is true. This could be retirement Scotto. Comment below if I should just build a place on Route 66. You guys can come visit. Just move all of my Carcane stuff there. It could be called the Carcane Cafe.
That's a nice shop.
Yeah, look. Got a nice C10 there. Actually, it looks a lot like Zach's. Oh, it's got an LS in it too. I don't want to peek in too much, but
Yeah, cool building.
this is like my favorite era. Like, I don't know, like the 1940s, post World War II, sort of into like late 60s. I mean, what is considered mid-century, right? Whether it's modern or not, like it was just like a high time for like American design and like cool stuff going on here. Like look how fucking cool looking that Chrysler is. Like that's a cool shape. Can't say the same about all new Chryslers. Yo, can we talk about this right here? Life is short, smile while you still have teeth. That was the best bit of advice I could give. Look at that boy. All right, so we came to Seligman. We talked to a bunch of people, got a really good history lesson from George at the cool gas station's place, but he doesn't like cameras, so he didn't want to be on camera. We got some food, we got a good root beer float, and now we're gonna stay on 66, at least to Kingman, and see what else is out there. Let's go enjoy. I just realized there's probably a whole audience of you who've never actually used a phone booth, which is weird. It makes me feel old. As we've been driving, there's been like 10 places. I wanted to stop at every one, but for some reason, like this one sucked me in. This was sort of a golden era of like DIY, simple marketing, of like how you put something together, make something look cool enough that people want to stay. This is an A-frame. Do you have any idea how stupid an A-frame is in the desert? Like you don't really need an A-frame. Well, it doesn't snow here. Like, we're way too low for snow.
But I'm not a rapper.
But it looks cool, and in the 1950s and 60s, A-frames were like the peak of like cool modern design, which is probably one of the reasons why they built it. So that to me is something that's this other part of like what makes Route 66 cool. Here it is, best head on 66. All right, so we are about to start dropping out of the mountains this morning. We started at 7,200. We are now at 5,300. So we're still pretty high up there. And it says it's 97 degrees right now. This is reading closer to like 60 because it's been in the car with us. So watch what this looks like because we're about to get into the really hot section that's actually on fire through the Mojave right now, which will probably be 100 plus easy. So yeah, enjoy. Thanks a lot. Welcome back to the most important part of anything we put on Hoonigan, snack break. Yeah, you see what's in that package. But first, let's do a little special thanks to the people who make this show and also this snack break possible, and that is Gorilla Automotive Products. They make a bunch of great stuff. And the things that matter a lot are the things that hold your damn wheels on. Lug nuts and other different various wheel stuff. Sonic's a weird place. Growing up in New York City, they advertised all the time on all of the channels, and there wasn't one for like 200 miles. So there I have this weird attraction. It was like a weird long tail. They definitely were playing the long game for me to like their brand. We've stopped at Sonic a lot on this trip, not because the food is great, because the beverages are fantastic. Lemonade, slushy, a Reese's shake. If you want to get like nerds thrown into your slushy, you can do that. You can add all different things. Anyway, this right here, the pretzel, let's talk about it. This one looks a little soggy, but I'm gonna give it a little review. Yeah, really good. Like, pretzels are one of those things that can really suck. I'm from New York, but I'm adjacent to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is like the king of pretzels outside of Germany. They take their pretzels really seriously. Shout out to Utz. And This is like a really nice soft pretzel. It's got a nice crispy outside, but it also comes with a signature cheese sauce, which is, this one is built for an E350 cup holder. So you'll see it fits in perfectly, which is really nice for when you're on the move. All right, just peel that back. Give it a little whirl. Yeah, this is really my favorite part of this show. I really just should just eat and talk about it. Oh, you're still here. Back to the program. That's it. That's end of the trip. Well, at least end of the trip for Will, because I'm dropping Will off at the airport so he can drive home. Figure that one out. See, Will, it's been fucking awesome as always. Yeah, now all I have to do is drive to Long Beach. At this point, whatever happens, AAA will get me home. All right, so that's it. We're back here in Hoonigan Tire Slayer Studios. That's it. The trip is officially over. I'm bummed we didn't get to hit more dirt roads and actually really flex the 4x4 on this, but we had a good time. It's a bummer we spent a day and a half chasing a rather simple issue, but without the right parts, we couldn't fix it. But we got it sorted. So now I'm gonna just dive into a bunch of things I want to do, like install those really rad headlights I got from Vantage Optics, install my light bar from Morimoto, probably put a livery on this thing, and then just go through a bunch of other problems that little things that I have, and just kind of finish it up. So that'll probably be the next episode or two on the van. Otherwise, just time to continue to use it. It's driven like 2,500 miles on this trip, and other than a small setback that got fixed by a hose and some hairspray, things all good. Oh, and a life lesson here: take road trips with your friends. It's good fun, even when things break. We got a breaking news report because we were leaving. We'd already finished filming our snack break, and I just took my first sip of my lemonade slushy, and this time I actually got the nerds in it. Oh boy, is that a good time. Anyway, back to the other program that's not as exciting as this.